anything, right? We want to try to get specific with tapping. So you don't want to say, I'm stressed out about my life, and tap on that, okay? You want to say what specifically. And even if you're stressed out about work, well, what at work specifically? Something someone said to me 2 weeks ago, right? The anger that I've been feeling in my body that I haven't been able to let go of. The anxiety that I'm feeling about something that's coming up, okay? So get really specific and just take a moment now. You can close your eyes. That way you can go deep and feel it. So close your eyes and take a deep breath. And just think about that one thing that you'd like to let go of. And try to pick something that, again, is a 5 or higher in intensity. It could be emotion, anger, anxiety, sadness. It can be a feeling of being overwhelmed about something. If you don't have pain in your body, it can be other sensations, other tension in your neck or shoulders. If you're having trouble taking a deep breath, you feel some constriction in your chest, you can choose that. So just identify your target and give it a number and intensity on a 0 to 10 scale. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get started with just really basic tapping that we can understand the basics of it. All right. So let's start by tapping on the side of the hand. We're all going to use the same language. Don't worry about the fact you've already made the intention to work on something else, and that's fine. And we're all going to tap together. Okay. So tapping on the side of the hand. Even though I have this pain in my body, good, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. We're going to say that 2 more times, still tapping on the side of the hand. Even though I have all this pain in my body, I love, accept, and forgive myself. And then one more time. Even though I have all this pain in my body, I love, accept, and forgive myself. Okay, now we're going to tap through the points, but first off, just explaining what's happening here. We're saying the most basic setup statement is, even though, and you fill in the blank with whatever's going on. I'm angry, I'm anxious, I'm sad, this happened. And then I love and accept myself, or I choose to relax, some sort of affirming statement, right? So that's what we did when we were going through the tapping. Another important point, a lot of people, and I can see some of you out there right now who are like, I'm not going to affirm the negative. Like, we're being negative, and Louise told me not to be negative, right? We're not affirming the negative. We're acknowledging what it is we're feeling, what is going on. If you don't have pain in your body, just because you say, even though I have this pain in my body, your body's not going to create that pain for you. And if you do have pain, sometimes we, like to push it away and say, I'm only going to be positive. I'm not going to affirm that pain, that anger, that sadness. I actually asked Louise herself this question. I said, Louise, hey, you are the queen of affirmations. What are we doing saying all these negative statements as we were tapping together? And she said something so profound. And she said, honey, if you want to clean a house, you have to see the dirt. All right? Isn't that great? Yeah. So the queen of being positive says, let's take a moment to see the dirt, and we can clean it up. All right? So let's tap through the points. Now the eyebrow point. Inside of the eyebrow, right where the hair ends and it meets the nose, you can use 2 fingers of one hand, the other hand, or both. The meridians run down both sides of the body, so whatever's comfortable. And just repeat this pain. Now side of the eye, it's not at the temple, right next to the eye, on the bone, this pain in my body. Under the eye, all this pain and stress. Under the nose, stuck in my body. Under the mouth, above the chin, below the lip, in that little crease there, all this pain in my body. 3 points left. Feel for the 2 little bones of the collarbone, right? The ones that stick out right here. And you go down just an inch, out to each side about an inch. You can tap with all 10 fingers, both hands, all this pain in my body. Underneath the armpit, 3 inches underneath the armpit, either side, right on the bra line for women, all this pain in my body. Last point where I get to laugh at you, monkeys, top of the head. You look funny. God, I'm going to send this to all your friends. All this pain in my body. Now let's do one more round now that you have the points. Back to the eyebrow, this pain. Side of the eye, this stress. Under the eye, this stressful issue under the nose that I've been holding on to. Under the mouth, I wonder what it's all about. Collarbone, and I wonder if I can let it go. Under the arm, all this pain in my body. Top of the head, all this stress and pain. I take a deep breath and let it go. Take a moment now and tune into the pain, the anxiety, whatever you're working on, and just see if there was any sort of shift. And then we also pay attention to what else came up, right? First time that you're doing the tapping, you're focused on getting the points right and not looking too silly. But once you get into it, you'll find that other ideas, thoughts, memories, and impressions come up that might be related to this issue that you're working on, okay? Who has thought to themselves in the last decade, why am I so negative and I keep thinking negative thoughts? Anyone? Yeah, the rest of the year, once again, lying, but I just don't, okay? So here's what's happening, right? When we think, because look, we know we should think positive thoughts and be positive, and then we have all these negative experiences and things that are going through our minds, and we're like, why is this happening? If we think about that tiger, if we think about the tiger in the bushes, we think about the tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of years that our bodies have developed to face that danger. Here's what happens. When that tiger's in the bush, if I'm walking by the bush, I better believe there's a tiger in that bush, whether there is one or not. I better be pretty negative about the tiger in the bush, whether there is one or not. Because what happens when I'm not? What happens when I'm like, I'm saying positive affirmations, walking past the tiger in the bush, all is well, die. Right? So we're working with a very ancient brain. So I want you to remember, you're trying to change your life, the tiger's chasing you, remember that picture, and you're being negative, and you're all pissed off at yourself because you're being negative. Just know this is that very ancient part of your brain that is doing its job. So you can say, thank you for alerting me to what you see as a potential danger, but I don't see it as a potential danger. And one of the ways we can turn off that fight or flight response, that alarm, is to do the tapping when we're feeling that potential danger. Right? Does that make sense? Right? Doesn't that feel better? Instead of just beating ourselves up for like, there must be something wrong with me. I know everyone else here is positive because they're all smiling, but I keep thinking negative things, right? We're all wired that way. So when we acknowledge it, we actually can be positive and make that conscious choice, but it's a choice. So let's wrap up. We have a few minutes left. I want to do some more tapping. I want you to take a moment and just pick the one thing in your life that you want to change. It can be big or small. It can be, I want to lose 100 pounds. It can be, I want to write my book. Just one thing that's been in front of you that you want to change. And go ahead and close your eyes and take a deep breath. And I want you to start imagining that dream coming true. So if you want to publish a book, see it happening. See yourself writing it. See it being published. If you have a financial goal, if you say, I want to make $1 million, see it in your bank. See the house you want or the car. If you want to change jobs, follow a passion, see yourself doing that work. If you want to lose weight, see yourself at the weight that you want to be at. If you're looking to attract a new love, see that happening, that man or woman coming into your life. If you're struggling with existing relationships, see them being healed. So feel into that feeling and that positive feeling in your body. And still with your eyes closed, seeing that image, I want you to ask yourself mentally, what's the downside of all this happening? Look for the places in that image where something just feels a little bit off. When you see yourself in your dream house, maybe mom and dad walk in and you go, oh, they're going to think that I'm too good, that I think I'm full of myself. If you write the book, you have a friend that doubts you. Find the places where you doubt yourself And just pick one thing. A bunch of things might come up, but one thing that you can see right now, you know what? That's in the way of my dream. That's in the way of my goal and my vision. Pick one specific thing and feel it in your body. Where do you feel it? Is there an emotion around this when you feel it? Are you angry? Are you sad? Are you frustrated that you've been dealing with this for so long? Give it a number on a 0 to 10 scale. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes. Tapping the side of the hand. Even though I have this thing in front of me, this block, I've been holding on to it for so long, and it's so frustrating. I'm so angry about it. And I want to let it go, but it feels so hard to let it go. And I love, accept, and forgive myself. Even though I've been holding on to this thing, it's in the way. I want to let it go, but I just can't seem to. I love, accept, and forgive myself. Even though I see my dream right in front of me, I can feel it happening. If only I could dissolve this. And I choose to dissolve it and love, accept, and forgive myself now. Eyebrow, this block. Side of the eye, this challenge. Under the eye, in front of my dream. Under the nose, what if I could let it go? Under the mouth, what if I could finally let it go? Collarbone, what if I could make this dream come true? Under the arm, what if I could let go? Top of the head, of all the things that have been holding me back. Eyebrow, it's time to let them go. Side of the eye, I acknowledge them. Under the eye, I thank them. Under the nose, but I've had enough. Under the mouth, and I'm ready to let them go. Collarbone, I'm ready to make my dream come true. Under the arm, to release all this old stress. Top of the head, all this old trauma. Eyebrow, it's an old story. Side of the eye that's been holding me back. Under the eye, and it's time to let it go. Under the nose, this old story. Under the mouth, this old story. Collarbone, letting it go. Under the arm, letting it all go. Top of the head, right now. Deep breath. Just take a moment to feel into that. Look for a shift. Just feel into what happened there. What's coming up for you now? Tune into that thing that was in your way. See how that number has shifted. Maybe it was a 7 and it's a 5. Maybe it was a 5 and it's a 4. Just notice what changed. And notice what else came up. Right? These are just a few minutes of tapping. But in just those few minutes, you took steps towards that goal. And it's my belief that you likely took the most positive steps you've ever taken towards that goal. Because we can dream until we're blue in the face. We can write down goals. We can make plans. We can know all these things that we want to do. But until we get to that core of that emotional experience, the reasons why we're not doing what we want to do, until we clear them, until we acknowledge the childhood pain or the trauma or the things they said or what you're scared of or frightened of, until we acknowledge that amygdala running our lives, that dream's going to stay way out there. But you can bring it here. You can make it happen. You have the power within your hand. Thank you so much for your time, your attention, your love. I love you. Thank you.